What is going on, everybody? This is the Ice Cream Cow here today, and I'm bringing you my very first gameplay commentary. You will be watching some Black Ops 2 gameplay on the Xbox 360 in a match where we took off our try-hard panties and put on our trolling britches. This is a little strategy my friends and I call I Hate Campers, and it is exactly how it sounds. We take our group of friends to the most enclosed area of a map, block off the entrances with the riot shields, and spam the enemies with the cheapest gun setups possible just as they run into you over and over. Now, I had a full-on commentary all set up a couple days ago to this very video, and dang nabbit, I was sure excited to upload it to the YouTubes for you to watch. But, unfortunately, the Xbox 180, as it's now being called, released a major update that darn near destroyed the content of my entire video by making it incorrect. So I had to go right back to square one and make a whole new one for y'all. Just to give y'all a general idea, the first video highlighted all the recent features of the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, and how Microsoft had highly disappointed me and all my friends down yonder. You'll see, the majority of us are or were pretty darn loyal to the Microsoft camp, and were very happy with our Xbox 360s. However, with the announcements they put on all those dang old restrictions on the average gamer with the Xbox One, it was very hard to stay in their camp this time round. To be completely honest, I wasn't even that upset with the restrictions personally, as my interwebs is usually pretty darn stable, and those check-ins wouldn't have affected me none, no siree. However, it was the lack of respect Microsoft gave to those who said it would be a problem. When you have an excited group of loyal customers wanting your next product that you're forcing on them to not get with your new rules, and you respond to them with a statement like, "Oh well, you still have our old product to use," that just does not sit right with me, I tell you what. Long story short, by the end of my original commentary, I was about 95% in the PlayStation 4 camp, and it was very unlikely that I was going to be looking into getting an Xbox One. However, and this is a big however, Microsoft just the other day did a complete turnaround and listened to their fans. It has now been officially confirmed that they are completely dropping the internet checking requirements and the entire DRM restrictions. Of course, they said it comes at a price, that we will no longer be able to save your games to the cloud and play them anywhere. But let's all be realistic here. Those who were some dang old features that probably 99% of us folk wouldn't have used anyways. So all in all, I do believe, yes I do, that this is a huge win for the gaming community as a whole. Now, does this throw me back into the camp of Microsoft? The answer to that is a big fat no. But I am now probably close to 50% on either side, and to be honest, I'm still leaning a little bit towards the PlayStation, and I'm going to give you my reasons as to why that is. It will be interesting to see what other things Microsoft can do to try and reel the gamers back in. But unfortunately, by pushing them away as hard as they did this past month, it is going to be a lot more than just a little bit I'm sorry from them to gain back the trust of all their gamers. Currently, the most obvious win for the PlayStation 4 is the $100 price difference, and in this hard old times, that $100 might be the pushing point alone for some gamers. There are some hard economic times, there sure are, and that money is going to be a huge factor in some decisions. Now, here is why this is even more of a big deal than it should be. It is very clear that that extra $100 on the Xbox One is that dang diddly-o Kinect camera they are forcing you to have plugged in to use your Xbox. Now, I must digress for just a moment into a little side tangent if you be so kind as to let me. I completely disagree with the majority of the complaints about the actual Kinect, which is a privacy issue. I guarantee you that nobody at Microsoft could care any less about what you're wearing or what you're saying while you're playing your video games. In my very humble opinion, the reason that they are forcing you to have that Kinect is 100% a marketing move. Now, let me explain. When I first bought my Kinect, it got used maybe 3 or 4 times and then collected dust until I packed it away for months. I'm sure it's not too far-fetched of an idea that this is a common with a lot of other gamers as well. Now, with the Xbox One, whenever they release a new Kinect featured game and it will be advertised all over your screen, you know that you will have a Kinect that you can't put away. Will this make you buy more Kinect games? It maybe will, it maybe won't. However, the chances of a lot of people will, just because it's there, are greatly increased because of it being there. So the big question is to Microsoft, is it worth losing a lot of potential customers to the PlayStation 4 for let's say a good 10 more years or however long this next generation is going to be to possibly sell a few more Kinect games than you would have. Personally, I do not think so, and I think this is a bad marketing move, but time will surely tell you on that one. In terms of the games coming out, it is about even for me when it comes to both of the new consoles. A good majority of the games I am looking into getting are going to be on both of them. So, if the PlayStation 4 still looks the most sexy when it comes to that time, the games really won't be a factor in swaying me to the other direction. I do have to say that I love me some zombie games, I sure do, and Dead Rising has always been hours upon hours of fun, and I will greatly miss not being able to play Dead Rising 3 if I do go with the PlayStation Nation this time around. However, one game certainly is not enough justification into purchasing a gaming console that you will be stuck with for the next at least 10 years. My final selling point right now is the communication infrastructure on which both consoles will have, and by that I do mean their online subscription services. One thing that Microsoft has always done right is how very easily they allow us gamers to connect to each other. Aside from the random user-side connection issues, it has never been a problem to get into a chat party and into a game with your friends within a matter of seconds. I at one time had a PlayStation 3, and let me tell you, that thing was a hootenanny trying to connect to your friends. The lack of their party system was abysmal, and it would sometimes take a good 10 to 20 minutes to simply get into some sort of chat and similar game room as your buddies. Aside from a good few single-player games, 95% of the reason I do my gaming is to play with my buddies, so this is a very important issue to me. I do believe that Sony has done the correct thing, however, by deciding to make people sign up for their PlayStation Plus subscription service to play games online. I do feel this extra revenue could be what they need to set up a proper multiplayer experience. I am very aware that my commentary went a little bit past my gameplay footage, and I do apologize for that. But I do want to thank you for listening to my very first ever gaming commentary on the YouTubes, and I do hope you enjoyed listening to it as much as I enjoyed making it. If you are not a subscriber yet, it would be amazing to have you as a new friend if you'd be so kind as to hit that subscription button. And if you enjoyed this video, it would make me all warm and fuzzy throughout my heart if you went ahead and hit that like button and left a comment. Thank you all very kindly, and I will see you next time.